It can be the improvs all across the country. If I never be in another movie or TV show again, I always got the improvs because that's where my first love is stand-up. And the improv is a great chain. They're all across the country. And as long as I can get on stage and tell some jokes, I'm good.
So you're not, because oftentimes, you know, being in Hollywood, you know, there's a lot of opportunity for Guy Torry there.
Of course.
Movies and all that.
But also in Bristol, I do a lot of stuff for ESPN. Do a lot of stuff for the NFL Network. So I'm multifaceted. I'm a pot of gumbo.
Okay.
I'm tripolar. You name it. I always got. In Hollywood, you got to be this. I always tell people all the time when they get into the business, you can't have just one flavor. You got to be like beach nut gum. You gotta have, because once you do, you know, once they're done with one flavor, they try to chew on you, seeing you as an actor or a musician or whatever, then they spit you out like a piece of gum when all the sweetness is gone and stick you under the table or on the bottom of the shoe. That's why you gotta have another flavor. Grape. You gotta have strawberry. You gotta have lemon. You gotta have banana. You gotta have watermelon if you're black. You gotta have anything, whatever you gotta do. You just gotta have more than one flavor, more than one bullet in the chamber.
All right. Guy Torry's in the studio. I know we kept cutting you off and you kept.
Sorry, sweetheart.
No, it's all good. I just.
Cleavage is beautiful, though. But go ahead.
Whatever. I remember watching your audition.
That ain't even Cleveland. That's Cleveland.
I watched your audition on Last Comic Standing, and
right.
you can sense the tension in that room, and I wanted to know, how did you feel about getting judged by other comics? Did you feel
lesser people than me?
Well, I was going to say that because I know.
Let's know what it is.
I'm familiar.
Neither of them sell out a comedy night, so
I'm familiar. You know, of course, certain audiences are familiar with certain comedians.
Right.
I'm familiar with your work, but I felt like they really weren't familiar with you. They were okay with acting, and I know the young lady. She's always on Chelsea Handler's show or whatever. So how did that? You know,
couldn't sell at a coffee shop. But anyway. That night was so funny because the night before I was at the Ontario Improv in Ontario, California. I did 2 hours and 2 minutes on stage, tight. 2 hours and 2 minutes. I recorded the show. Not one person left. The next day, I had to go and do 2 minutes. And it was so hard, like, what 2 minutes am I going to do? I'm like, I just did 2 hours and 2 minutes the night before. And then you want me to do 2 minutes in front of no audience, 3 people. And it's like, come on, really?
Right, and then they were saying, like, it's your wordplay. You know, it's kind of like we want more or whatever for you. And I was like, well, shoot.
I'm just like, what else do you want? You want to put a rabbit out my butt? What else do you want? I mean, come on, neither one of them follow me. If I went on before any of those comics on stage, neither one of them could follow me. Neither one of them, hands down. So I'm not. It's like, okay, but I kind of got tricked into doing the whole thing anyway, because I turned the show down 3 times, and they kept coming back saying, no, we want comedians who can act this season, because in the past the people who won, they didn't have any acting chops. So I was like, okay, no problem, I'll do it. I got with my team. And we talked about it. I said, it's a whole new audience to open me up to. Maybe I'll clean my act up a little bit.
They changed the show around.
And they changed the show around. They needed ratings. So I did the show, and I got there, and it wasn't the caliber of comedians that I thought. But after you sign, the phone book contract, you can't. There's certain things. But don't get me wrong. I still love the show. I'm still a fan of the show. A lot of my friends on the show. Craig Robinson's a friend of mine. My managers actually produce and creators of the show. So it's kind of a
it's still family somewhat.
Still family. Oh yeah, of course.
Twice removed.
Of course. I'm glad I did. I don't regret I did it, and not at all, because I gained some more fans.
Now, Guy, I don't remember you. I'm trying to remember something that you and your brother were in. I know there's something that you guys.
Your little sister? No, I'm just.
In your mom.
Hey, my dad said he can't do that no more. So I'm glad y'all was able to. See, that's why I'm not built for NBC.
Well, as long as you can take it and go back. Now that's what our show is. So, but I didn't see it coming from you.
That's what comedy is.
Oh God, you done
that's what comedy is. If you can see the show coming, then if you can see what's coming, then
why do it?
Why do it? Come on, look, T.O. looking dude. Come on.
All right, Too Short. Here's my next question. Why don't we see y'all together now?
You know what? It's funny. Everybody been trying to put me and my brother and stuff together. We pitch shows and things like that, and it happened. It has to happen naturally. You know what I mean? I spent years really trying
Y'all
to
don't work to try to do things together though. Wouldn't
my brother wants to do
it. You guys more powerful.
My brother wants to do it more than I do, to be totally honest. Because I always been Lil Joe, and I always been trying to get out of that shot, and create my own brand. So I mean, and to put it together, maybe it may do that. You know what I'm saying? It's Michael and Janet. He's janitor, of course. But no, it's like always trying to do that, man. And it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. You can't force it, because if you force it, the audiences are smart. They're not dumb. They know when it's forced. So it has to happen naturally and organically.
Just real quick on the acting thing, you know.
He speaks.
Yeah.
He ain't said nothing all day.
I mean, the resume is pretty amazing. I mean, American History X with Edward Norton. I mean, that's just something that was really tremendously heavy. And then
yeah.
And then you do like Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. I mean,
2 of my favorite projects.
These things just you audition for these things, or what happened?
It's funny. I kind of didn't audition for either one of them. American History X happened on a humbug. American History X. I was doing a comedy show at Comedy Show. I used to do a show called Fat Tuesdays. Got to a Fat Tuesdays where I showcase up and coming black talent. And the producer and the director came down to see this other comedian, headliner comedian, to go up and for that role in that movie. But my material is about, you know, how stupid racism is on both parts and stuff like that. And they gave me the role. And it's the comedian was Tommy Davidson.
Oh wow!
And they ended up giving me the role in that. But I think it was karma because a couple of years prior I'd done a comedy show. I was doing the same comedy show, and these producers came down to see me for a role in the movie. But this other comedian went up and blew the joint up. Didn't know they were in the house. They just blew it up. He was hot coming out for 2 movies, and he got the role over me. And I was just happy that, you know, he was seen in a room that I created for that very same thing. And the movie was Fifth Element. The comic was Chris Tucker. And when I saw what he did in Fifth Element, I said they gave the role to the right person. So years later, when it came back around with American History X, it was kind of like, you know, the karma came back around and kissed me around the lips. And because that's the movie that really crossed Chris Tucker over into mainstream America, and American History X is the movie that actually crossed me over into not only mainstream America, but it showed Hollywood that I have some dramatic chops.
Yeah.
So you know, I was able to do a lot more dramatic work because of that film.
Are you currently working on any movies right now? Just all about the tour?
A comedy special. Comedy Central approached me about, you know, presenting them a special. So right now, the jokes I'll be doing this weekend and on the road will be, you know, going toward my special. I got 3 different ideas I want to do for half hours. So now it's just ironing out which half hour I want to present to Comedy Central. What's going to be, you know, that edgy but somewhat still, you know, can't be too edgy. So it's got to be that right mixture. So that's what I'm doing on the road right now.
Guy Torry is in the studio. He's at the Improv all this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Friday, Saturday, 2 shows?
Yes. And if you want, get on my special VIP list. I'm gonna tell you right now. Go to gtcomedyshow.com and say I want tickets, and say you listen to the box. You want tickets? Go to gtcomedyshow.com, and you know, and we'll make it do what it do.
All right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What's the number over at the Improv too?
713-888-3300.
Or go to improvhouston.com.
Yep.
My man. I got it. Guy Torry in the building. Thank you very much, brother.
Thanks for having me, man. Love it, man. And you know, keep doing what you do, man. I need to cut, you know, the barber around here. I see God as your barber now.
Wow.
You cut your hair, God. Just fell out. Hey, look, let me tell you something. You keep my mama out of this, I'll keep this out your mama.
Whoa! Out the building.
Whoa! Don't tell me Duncan D. Ryan. Whoa!